Right, welcome to the third video then in the series. So far, just to quickly recap, we covered initialize the high scores to get that going, high score table. We're going to drop the food using a do loop until, and then we've set the display arena and how that's going to look. So it's not much to that really, it's just a black square that you don't see, and then on the right hand side is the score and the bonus of where that's going to be. So in this next one then, this next video, we're going to look at setting keyboard input this time round. Okay, so we're going to give that a go and we'll go from there. So we're going to set up a new procedure then for the keyboard keys. You can do the up, down, left and right, but it's a little bit tricky to program that in VB actually. So I'm just going to do it this way. Maybe a little bit of homework for you if you wanted to do that. So I'm going to use the standard W, A, S and D, which are going to control how it's going to work. So what I've done is created a subroutine called get input. Alright, you can just call it keyboard input or whatever you want it to do. We then need to set a variable initially. So dim key, again you can call it anything, as system.console.keyinfo. So what this is doing is accessing a library in VB called system, and it's accessing something else called console key info. Again, you never need to know that for like a computer science exam, but obviously programming VB allows you to access the key codes that are into this. It makes it a little bit more straightforward to program. The console.key available is, and again, this is pulling from, if you're using like a UK standard keyboard, it's going to pull that information. If you are using, I don't know, a Japanese keyboard, obviously you're going to have different symbols, aren't they? So console.key available, then key is going to read whatever has been pressed, if you like, on the keyboard, and then it's going to be a case of different if statements then. So if key, that variable there, key.chart, again, like a method that's going to use within this is equal to A, and the worm direction is not equal to right, okay, that's going to go left. So if you look at the W, A, S and D in your keyboard, it's almost like an up, down, left, right. So computer gamers amongst us will know and be comfortable with the way that is. And obviously if you're left-handed, it works a little bit better that way, just using that. So D is going to be right, okay, W is going to be up, signified by U, and then S is going to be down. All right, so one way of doing that. So that's how that is working. The next one we're going to look at is a procedure that's going to detect. So in computer games, it's a big thing about collisions you have to concern yourself about. So the only collision within this is if the worm hits itself or it hits the food. So there's two collisions in this game. As you know, the more kind of complex you go in a computer game, the more collisions you're going to have to concern yourself with. So where we set this up with then, so set up another subroutine initially, collision detection score, if in arena, and the worm, okay, and the worm head pointer is 1, and we looked at this in the earlier video, didn't we? And worm head pointer is 2, then it's going to give us that, all right, for the worm, all right. So that, as it does that, so as it, what it's doing is, as it detects and eats that food, all right, it's then going to grow the worm. That's what that's doing there. So it's working out whether it's going to hit the food. So the worm head pointer is right at the beginning of the worm. So you have to you can't touch the food with the tail, say, and still capture that food. So that's what that's doing. So it's selecting, really, making sure the head of the worm hits the food. Then it's going to grow, and then you're going to have 10 points for that. All right, which is going to go into the score variable and the food timer. So the food timer ticks down from 200. So whatever's left in that is also added to the score as well. And then this is referring to here, the console.set position is score. Okay, so the score in our menu, when we see that up in the rightish area, it's going to, whatever score you've accumulated by hitting that food initially, it's going to add it to that. All right, and we do that by this parentheses there. Okay, and then the game speed is going to be reduced as well by 1. Right, and then it's going to drop the food again. So it's going to run that drop food subroutine, which is up here. It's going to run all that code again to put the food somewhere else in the game. Okay, anywhere within our arena between 49 and 23. Okay, and then if the arena, so basically it's almost being else this really. If arena worm 1 pointer is not touching anything, just that, then the worm alive. Sorry, I said that wrong then. So if it hits itself, okay, then the worm alive is going to be set to false. That's going to be like a game over. Alright, so it's like a picking up a detection, really is what that's doing there. Alright. So quite a quick video this one. Obviously you're going to need time just to copy down that code and so on, but hopefully I've explained it alright. Again, if you have any questions and you're not sure what's happening in this code or you don't understand it, obviously you can message on Teams or email and I'll happily get back to you. Alright, see you next one.